White House aides are anxious and they are frustrated at the lack of protocols, and they have been for days since they learned of the president's diagnosis, but didn't learn exactly when he last tested negative. But that remains the case now that the president is back in the building, and there are, not communicated clear confines around where the president will be and what exactly he will be doing. Most aides are trying to work from home if they can. If they have to go into the office to print something out or to access a document, they're only going for that limited amount of time. Of course, this comes as that news is just out that Eamon mentioned that a White House military aide who is in the immediate orbit of the president tested negative over the weekend. And there's the expectation that those in the president's orbit who continue to test negative, that there will be more positive cases, just like we saw yesterday with the press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, who tested negative for several days in succession, but then tested positive as well. Of course, it is the Amy Coney Barrett nominating ceremony at the White House that happened just a little over a week ago, where many of these cases are stemming from. You had several campaign advisors who were on hand to prepare the president for the debate that followed just a few days later, but then you also had several Republican members of the Senate. But we have since learned at CNBC, reporting that confirms that of the New York Times, that the White House is not doing contact tracing tied to this specific event because it falls outside the window of time in which members of the White House staff and the president's staff exhibited symptoms and began testing positive. That despite the fact that there are at least 9 positive cases of attendees who were present at that event. Of course, we are hearing a lot of rumors about people who are testing positive or suspicion about people who are not showing up to work. And we want to make it very clear that we will get a hard confirmation of those facts before we bring them to you here. But of course, the rumor mill is working overtime right now, as it often does here in Washington.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.